Hi everyone, let's get started with this tutorial. We're going to start off using nail primer, and you're going to want to use that sparingly on the nail. We're going to move on to acrylic powder. I'm going to be using opaque acrylic, and I'm going to be using one bead to create the whole nail bed. And I'm going to elongate the nail bed just so that it matches up with the entire length of the nail that we're going to be creating. Now when you use this acrylic, push it up towards the cuticle, but be careful not to go over the cuticle because that will cause lifting. Now just create your smile line. Some people like a more deeper smile line and others don't. It's just personal preference. This is a sneak peek at one of my new glitter collections, and that's the new packaging. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. Here's a sneak peek at some of the colors that will be in those collections. This first one here is a red color, and it's beautiful because it's got chunky glitters and it's got iridescence in it, and in the sunlight it just sparkles so beautifully, and because of the iridescence it kind of changes colors when you're moving the nail and the light reflects on it. This next one is a complete silver mix, and it's beautiful. Again, it's a chunky mix and it has a lot of iridescence to it. And here what I'm doing is I'm pushing up that acrylic towards the smile line. You just want to make sure that they're even on both of them. Another thing, when you're working with acrylics on using them as a base, as I am here, you're going to want to make sure they're nice and thin and flat. That way when you cover it with clear acrylic, it's not going to be too thick. Now what I'm going to do is cover the entire design with clear acrylic, and as you can see I'm backstroking that acrylic to blend it in to the next bead that I'm placing, as you can see here. So just go ahead, cover that whole entire nail with your clear acrylic. Now I have already filed and buffed the nail, and we are going to prepare for 3D nail art. I'm going to be creating a 3D flower. There's many ways of creating 3D flowers. This is just to showcase one of the ones that I work with. And creating 3D flowers, you just want to make sure that your pearl is nice and self-leveled. If it's too runny, you're going to have the hardest time making your 3D flowers. So just make sure you let it self-level before you start pressing on it to open up the petals, as you see here. And I'm using a very tiny brush for this, and every time I let it self-level, I'm making sure that I'm pressing my nail brush back into the point on the paper. That way it's nice and pointy, and that's going to allow me to use the brush correctly for 3D nail art. And then you're just going to want to create the leaves. You can do indentations in the leaves if you want. I just left them as is. I think I like them that way the best. So now what we're going to do is use brush on glue to adhere all of the crystals. I'm going to begin using size 16S, then I will be moving on to 10SS crystals, and finally the smaller ones are size 6SS. And I'm just gonna, you can place them however you want. This part is really up to how you like it. Now I'm going to be using my high gloss gel sealer, and I'm going to go around all of the crystals, making sure I do not go over that 3D flower, because once you use gel on 3D flowers, it takes away the look that you're trying to achieve of making it look 3D, and it'll look more like a nail sticker. Make sure you cover that whole entire nail correctly so that it stands out beautifully. And this is the final look, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm working on so many more different videos, different techniques, a couple of DIY videos, so hopefully those will be up soon. Make sure you subscribe and follow me on Instagram to check out some of my latest works. Thanks for watching, you guys, and until next time.